Before you think it, no, this is not cocaine. This little bag is actually strontium aluminate, the world's glowiest glow-in-the-dark powder. Because apparently looking after 300 houseplants wasn't enough, I decided to push my one brain cell to its absolute limit by making my hydroponic system glow in the dark. Now this powder is pretty amazing. You just put it outside in the sun for about a minute or so and it glows. And when I mean glows, just look at this color changes. Look at it glowing there, right? It's amazing how bright that is even in daylight. Is it toxic to plants? Well, I looked up online and I couldn't really find too much about it against plants, but apparently it's non-toxic for humans, so why not be non-toxic to plants? But in order to verify this claim, I decided I would take it to the next level and, experiment with it myself. So I added a small amount of the powder to some water, gave it a big stir. Unfortunately, it wasn't mixing well. It's definitely not soluble. So I did have my doubts of whether it would be suspended in the water, as it was becoming more of a mixture rather than a solution. I then tested the slightly dodgy looking liquid in the light and then in the dark to see if it would glow now that I've mixed it up in the water, and yes, it was pretty amazing. So next up I had to find a willing victim that I was going to grow in this strange looking liquid, and I actually took one of the vines that was at Neoflora hanging up on the side of the building and decided to do a little chop and prop situation. Now that the cursed liquid was in its test tube, I then added the cutting and then tested the glowy effect, because when you mix it with water it's not going to have as much impact because it's diluted. So I did want to see whether it was still going to work or not, and it looks pretty good, but I did notice it was already starting to sink to the bottom, which gave it kind of a nice underlighting effect, but I had a feeling it was not going to last. Then I tried again with another different cutting. This one is even more diluted, but it is pretty glowy. And you may be wondering at this point, Megan, why did you come up with this? What went through your brain to get to this moment? And honestly, I just thought it was really cool, and I really do love the Avatar glowing in the dark vibes, hence Neoflora, but it would be so cool if I could then put it into a hydroponic system and you could see the glow in the dark go around the system. Obviously there would need to be an area in the system where there would be light to charge it, but at this point we'll just see where this experiment takes me. Then I did have a lot of leftover suspicious looking liquid, and so I just decided to pour it over my plants to see what would happen if it went in the soil. My first test subject was this rather tragic looking nerve plant, and you can see here just how heavy the particles are and how big they are, which means sadly it wasn't going to go into the soil. Don't worry, this won't actually make the plants glow in the dark. You can only really do that with GM, such as the Firefly Petunia, which is currently available in the US but won't be available in the UK sadly due to our laws on GM. You can really see the powder glowing on the top of the soil there, which I think is equally cool anyway, and I might as well just water my plants with this stuff and, at night time, see it all glow. Let me know what you think is going to happen.